And welcome back to the Zanpakuto video that did not come out last week due to my computer being in the shop. This one comes to us from Daniel F., who asked the question, what is the Zanpakuto of Double D from Eddy? Double D's who doesn't love Ed and Eddy? They're like a fan favorite trio. You have the streetwise con man. You got the dumb but lovable lug, and then you got the brains but cowardly brains of the operation. That's Double D. And I wanted to pick something out that was unique. Now you might be thinking, hey, he's holding that. Why am I blanking on the magnifying glass? Holding that magnifying glass. Well, that's his Zanpakuto. I didn't think about that. I maybe could have done something with that, but no, I went with something a little bit more unique, but I still think kind of works with him. So, more to the point, his type of Zanpakuto, clearly he's a Keto type user. I think that's his intelligence, his lack of real combat ability kind of speaks to Keto. His Zanpakuto's sealed state is a standard katana. Most are. The name of it, though, is, or sorry, its release would be Jump to Your Feet, Spinning Wheel, which translates out to roughly Katen Shirok Sharin, or Byoshi Sharin. Sharin is wheel, so that's it. But Katen Shiri Sharin. And then its Bankai would be Whirling Wisdom Wheel, or Uzumaki, or Uzumaku Chi Sharin. I almost want to say Uzumaki, but that's Whirlpool. And its spear would be a young boy with, one second here. What did I write down on here? A young boy, with big F-off glasses, like big anime-style glasses. Now, what is the form of the Zanpakuto? Well, it's a wheel. To be specific, it is a wheel predominantly. It's the handle grips are basically the spokes of the wheel. Not spokes, but I don't know the name. Think of like an old carriage wheel and the big bars that keep the wheel on the the axle, that kind of thing. That's the handles of the sword. It doesn't have a standard blade to it. The wheel itself is metal, and it does have an edge to it, but it's hardly a blade because his Zanpakuto isn't a real combat type in the general shape of the thing. What it would do, though, it'd be a perfect kind of defensive tool in Shikai. He, with training, can kind of manipulate it telekinetically, almost using it like a disc. Until he really got the handle of it, it would just be a wheel he has to hold by the handles and spin and have it come back to him, almost like a boomerang. But more or less, what the Shikai does, and to further extent when we get to the Bankai, is it spins to kind of negate forces. The faster it spins, the stronger the negation. A perfect example, a sword is coming, he spins it, and the sword's blow is negated and kind of blown back. Water can be just forced back. Fire can be forced back. Now, the quicker the rotation of the wheel, the faster to spin, the more powerful this becomes until it basically hits its penultimate ability to basically create a small localized vacuum. Like the wheel is probably about almost as big as a Spartan shield. It can probably create a ranged area vacuum, maybe 2 to 3 times larger than the wheel, which doesn't sound big until you realize the Spartan shield's almost like 3 feet across. So, you're now talking about an area that is about anywhere from a circle with a radius. Sorry, diameter, radius. No, diameter. I'm thinking diameter. With a diameter of 6 feet to 9 feet to maybe into 12 feet if he's able to continually train up the ability. And completely creating a vacuum in an area is your lungs will immediately collapse in a vacuum. You will actually start to your body will start to just behave differently. It can actually be very detrimental. And that leads to the Bankai, which I took inspiration a little bit from Tozen's, which creates the multi-rings. Here you create multiple wheels that surround an area and basically create an entire vacuum of an area in this giant dome scenario. Plus, Double D would still probably have his standard sword at that point. I think I see that kind of like as the full realization of the Bankai, where he still has a sword for to do what he needs to do, but he ultimately he's creating an area where he can go in and get the quick shot in. That would be the problem with the Zanpakuto though, and the Bankai is that Double D isn't immune to the effects of his Zanpakuto. As a matter of fact, most people are not immune to the effects of their own Zanpakuto. Yamamoto is not immune to Ryujin Jaka. Shunsui notably is not immune to Katen Kyokatsui. Byakuya is not immune to Zenbon Zakura. You're not immune to your own Zanpakuto a lot of the time. So you have to train really hard to really master that. And Double D, I think, would be one of the things he would be training hard in is Shumpo, so he could get in as quick as possible and then, deliver the cutting blow, or get in as quick as possible after releases the Bankai and their lungs suddenly refill and just they gasp for air until he just cuts their throat. Granted, this is a very passive Zanpakuto. It's really designed more for just deflecting and stalling out and not really designed for straight out combat because Double D is not a straight out fighter. He's not a combatant. He's not a swordsman, a warrior. He's an intellectual. But that's not to say intellectuals, he's a bit of a coward to some degree. I liken him a bit closer to like a Hinata, who would definitely be used. Would definitely is the scaredy cat. Is not the bravest guy in the world, and he doesn't have a lot of courage, but is more than capable of doing what he needs. Like he was willing to go out in front and fight Byakuya, knowing he was most likely going to die, and he was still going to do it. He's got enough balls to do that. I liken Double D as someone like that, who, when push came to shove, if he absolutely had to, he would go into the fray. But he's not that type of person usually. This, though, is just my opinion. Let me know in the comments below if you like this Zanpakuto or if you would do something different. Until then, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.